Howdy folks, and welcome back to World of Tanks with the mighty Jingles, and we have a game for you today that you are unlikely to forget in a hurry. There's probably going to be some discussion about the result of this match in the comments of this video. This is Yellow Ninja 5 in the Su-100M1 Tier 7 Soviet tank destroyer, and it's in the newer line of Soviet tank destroyers. This is not the Su-152, it's nothing like the Su-152. It's quick, it's manoeuvrable, it has a low alpha damage, well, lowish alpha damage, but high rate of fire, high DPM gun. The penetration isn't fantastic, it's only 183mm with the upgraded 100mm LB1C gun, but it can fire premium APCR ammunition that has 235mm of penetration. Having said that, of course, the standard ammunition with 183mm of penetration should be absolutely fine. It's a tier 7 game on the Mountain Pass map, and he's a top tier tank destroyer, so he shouldn't really need the premium ammunition for anything. It's a similar deal with the armour on this thing. It's got 90mm of frontal armour at the most, although it does have a strong gun mantlet. But that frontal armour is sloped, and it's a relatively low profile machine except for the rear mounted fighting compartment, which is covered by a very strong gun mantlet. Generally speaking, if lower tier machines are shooting at you, you can generally expect to be able to bounce their shots. But if same or higher tier machines are shooting at you, well, don't be surprised if you get penetrated, and you do not have an awful lot of health in this thing. But game underway, Yellow Ninja lined up, waiting for victims to appear, trying to make their way across the bridge in the centre of the map here on Mountain Pass, and he's not going to have too long to wait. He does have the advantage of being one of only 3 tier 7s, and oh, there we go, Panzer 3-4. Boom, more than half of his health gone, and he decides that attempted suicide is a much better option. And who can blame him than getting hit by that 100mm gun again? However, this wouldn't be a game of World of Tanks if something wasn't going horribly wrong somewhere, and if you have a look at the map, you can see that there's a classic lemming train in full force, as the lone T-150 who's gone to guard the back road leading into the base is desperately pinging the map and begging for help, as the bishop on the team, the tier 5 artillery, claims his first kill, and that's not going to be his last kill of this game. That guy had a very, very good game. Yellow Ninja, reacting to the obvious threat, immediately turns around and heads back to provide a bit of backup and support to the T-150, as the artillery player over there in the GW Panther starts raging at the team for being a bunch of idiots. Now, remember, there are not that many tier 7 vehicles in this match. Yellow Ninja is one, and that GW Panther is another one. More on that GW Panther later. At the moment, the T-150 is doing a fantastic job of stalling this push up the back road. Luckily for the T-150, he does not have to stand alone because 2 highly mobile tank destroyers have just turned up to assist him, and there goes the Panzer 3-4 that we saw earlier. That, however, is an entirely different proposition, Su-122-44. A Tier 7 premium tank destroyer that has better DPM than most Tier 10 tank destroyers. But he can't buy himself out of trouble here. He's spamming the gold, but the premium APCR actually ricocheted, and now he's dead. That just leaves the enemy T-67. The T-150 has survived, although he has lost half of his health. Meanwhile, the bishop on the team is the one that actually gets the kill on the T-67, coming back to support the tanks that were defending the back road. Yellow Ninja guns the engine and powers forward, looking to exploit the gap that they've just created in the enemy defences, but the rest of the team are doing their level best to make things difficult for him. The lemming train that headed down the western flank have all just died, with the exception of one Cromwell B who's feeling very, very nervous. There's a small cluster of tank destroyers and mediums who haven't driven further than 100 metres from the base and have all just camped in the middle of the map overlooking the position covering the bridge where Yellow Ninja was at the beginning of the match, and now they're yelling for assistance as well. So Yellow Ninja turns the tank around, drives it back up the hill the way he came, and stands by to defend the base from the other side. Meanwhile, the GW Panther on the team, remember he's one of only 3 tier 7s on the team in this match, is still yelling and cursing at the team for being incompetent rather than doing anything actually useful. And oh, here he comes. Now, I thought when I saw him coming up here, smart move, you're coming back to defend the base from this side. That's not actually what he's doing. What's this? Yep. He's attempting to suicide. Meanwhile, the other T-67 on the team, who was occupying the spot that Yellow Ninja 5 vacated, covering the bridge at the beginning of the game, has managed to work himself up into an incoherent fury At the M4 Sherman on the team, who's done something to upset him. Not sure what it was. It definitely wasn't friendly fire. I checked the battle results. But here comes the first of the invaders. Cromwell B drives straight into a shot from this 100mm gun. The Tier 5 Bishop, standing and fighting after claiming his third kill and nailing an enemy KV-1, just as the Tier 7 GW Panther finally manages to kill himself on the second attempt. Unfortunately, that's it for the Bishop. He at least stood his ground and fought to the death. But now there's just Yellow Ninja 5 and the T-150 against 9 enemies. Gee, it sure would be nice if there was a surviving Tier 7 artillery on the team who could probably get himself a Bombardier's medal by landing a shell amongst that lot. But nope, he's killed himself because the team were incompetent. So it's going to be down to Yellow Ninja 5 and the T-150. He's killed the Panzer IV-H, he's killed the M6. He's killed the Panzer IV-S. There are shots from artillery raining all around, mostly so far fired at the T-150. That one shot, just as the Cromwell B zipped to the side on auto-aim, missed. There's some more artillery fire, but they've managed to even the odds. Well, they haven't. They're still fighting 6 enemy tanks, but at least it's not 9 enemy tanks anymore. And artillery are still working over that very unfortunate T-150, who, it has to be said, has been an absolute hero so far in this game. Down in chat, the suicidal scumbag in the GW Panther actually has the massive balls to be trying to tell Yellow Ninja how to play his tank. But his spider sense was tingling anyway. He suspected that with the enemy team in full retreat from one side of the cap, somebody would be trying to push their luck around the other side of the cap, and yep, there's the T-67 again. That guy, however, was not alone. He was just a little bit too enthusiastic. He has backup, he just didn't wait for them. Could Yellow Ninja have finally met his match, because appearing on the horizon just as I used the free camera to see what was happening to the T-150 is the Stuart & Mill, and yes, that was a bounce from the 128mm gun on the Stuart & Mill, which has 231mm of penetration, but Yellow Ninja angled just as he fired. That one bounced, and then he's robbed of his 8th kill as his 250 average damage gun low rolls for 220, leaving the German Tier 7 tank destroyer on 7 health. At the other end of the road you can see the Cromwell B, who was last seen in full retreat from the other side of the cap circle, and he's been taking shots of opportunity at the T-150. Now, however, Yellow Ninja has to close in and get the kill here, and the SU-100M1's lousy gun depression means he has to give the Stuart & Mill another good shot at the front of his fighting compartment, and that time he does not miss. That is kill number 8. He's looking to make it kill number 9 on the Cromwell B, but the Cromwell B has once again very wisely decided it's time to run away. However, back at the other end of the map, it's bad news for the T-150 as the Lorraine 15550 closes in, shotguns him and nearly kills himself, blasting him with high explosive at point blank range. Fully aware that he's got an opportunity to kill this guy before he can reload and back off around the corner, Yellow Ninja charges forward and does exactly that. Now it's 1 against 3. We know the Cromwell B is a one-shot kill. The AMX-13 AM artillery is unlikely to be too much of a problem. That TOG-2, however, well, we don't know where he is, although he was last seen all the way across the valley on the other side of the map. More importantly, we don't know how much health he has. It's a TOG-2. If it's on full health, he's got 1400 health. This gun does 250 average damage. If that TOG's on full health, he's going to have to hit, penetrate and damage 6 times in order to kill him. That's assuming he doesn't get low damage rolls or unlucky bounces. The TOG, well, given how much health Yellow Ninja has remaining, only has to hit him 3 times and he's dead. And, well, you can probably count on the 17-pounder gun penetrating, although, well, miracles happen, you never know. TOG-2. Large, very slow-moving target with lots and lots of health and weak armour. If only there was, oh, I don't know, a Tier 7 artillery on the team that we could spot for to help us take the TOG out. But, well, yeah, there isn't. Not anymore, because he's suicided. So, if Yellow Ninja is lucky, you don't have to get too lucky because it's the sort of thing that happens in World of Tanks random battles all the time, the enemy team are going to come at him one at a time, preferably the Cromwell B, then the artillery, then the TOG-2, so he can kill the Cromwell B and the artillery, and then he can take his time using his superior mobility to get around and snipe at the TOG-2, whittling his health down without risking any return fire. On the other hand, if the enemy team was smart, and they all come at him together, he's in serious trouble. And there's the Tog 2, and he's on full health. Ah, shit. And yep, they're all coming at him together. The Tog 2 hits, penetrates, causes damage. Yellow Ninja did more damage to him, but the Tog 2 is going to win if they're just going to sit there trading damage with each other. Oh look, Tog 2 in the open, spotted, just sitting there, aiming. It sure would be nice if we had a surviving tier 7 artillery who could farm damage on that guy, but, well, no, we don't. And the SU-100M1's gun depression is so bad, he has to expose far too much of the tank in order to be able to get the gun barrel down and actually shoot at a Tog on lower elevation. Plus, while he's sitting there, he's spotted, and there's still artillery in play, so he can't sit on top of the hill sniping at the Tog. He'll lose in the damage trade with the Tog, or the artillery will kill him, or the Cromwell B will finish the job, because the Cromwell B was down there with the Tog. So he has to fall back. And he has to wait for them to come around this corner. Now, there is a lot of cover on this corner, but that's a lot of cover for the enemy team as well. Oh, there's the artillery. Sneaky little bugger. And I have no idea where that shot went, but, well, yes, that should have been a kill. And that was real unfortunate, because if that had hit and killed the artillery, and I don't see why it didn't, but, you know, reasons, well, that would have left the Cromwell B a one-shot kill, and he might have been able, well, could have, should have, would have, didn't. Now he still has to face all three enemy tanks, and that Tog 2 is not going to be too far behind. Still, they're all going to have to cluster up on that corner there, taking advantage of the wrecked M6, and oh crap, there's the Tog. And there's the artillery, and there's the extremely low health Cromwell B. Well, he's dead. Kill number 10, Pool's medal. Gee, if only there was a live artillery on the team that could take advantage of this cluster of targets and potentially score his second Bombardier medal of the game, but, well, there isn't, because his contribution to this match was to call everybody a bunch of idiots, suicide, and leave Yellow Ninja to claim 10 kills and still manage to lose here in a tier 7 battle on the Mountain Pass map. And I'm laying the blame for this one squarely at the feet of this guy. That may seem a little harsh. I mean, it's not like he's the only tank on the team that failed to kill anything. Well, other than himself. There are 12 other players on the team who also failed to kill anything, but they didn't kill themselves, and if a tier 5 bishop can get 3 kills in a tier 7 battle, the GW Panther has no excuses. And apart from anything else, my channel, my video, my rules. If you don't like it, go and watch something else. But wow, what a result. I mean, seriously, Ace Tanker, Pool's medal, 10 kills, Top Gun, high caliber, and he still couldn't drag that team to a win. And the best thing about it was, or potentially, I don't know, depends on your perspective, the worst thing about it was, despite this horrible, horrible result, Yellow Ninja 5 was actually quite happy. He was positively upbeat about the whole thing, because this was his first ever Pool's medal. He actually said, first Pool's medal for me, ended up losing, but still was a really good game. Well, I beg to differ. I think it was a horrible game. And I'm blaming the scumbag in the GW Panther for it, but hey, he had fun. He's staying positive, so maybe we should be taking inspiration from his example. Anyway, let me know what you think of that result in the comments. I'm sure there will be quite some heated debate about the player in the GW Panther, but hey, don't hold back. Say what you mean. In the meantime, I hope you, well, I hesitate to use the word enjoyed, because that was a horrific match. But I hope you were at least entertained by today's video. Thank you, Yellow Ninja 5, for sending that one in. And as always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.